Hey, this is Zaklog the Great. A couple of years ago in a town nearby, they demolished a major building. It was over 20 stories tall and was the tallest building in the city. I watched the demolition on TV, and it was an odd experience seeing this enormous building completely collapse in less than a minute. 1 minute, there was a skyscraper. The next, there was a pile of rubble and an expanding cloud of dust. You could call it a memento mori kind of thing. Remember, you must die. Not only will you die, but all of these massive structures around you, these things you think are so permanent, all of them will eventually fall as well, in one way or another. And it got me thinking about what civilization really is. At a reflex, if asked, most of us would point to buildings and roads and cars and all these things we can see. But those are not civilization, but merely the products of it. So what actually is a civilization? I used to think it was a set of ideas. I don't think so anymore. Or at least I don't think that's all it is. A civilization is a set of ideas and the people capable of holding them. Distasteful as this is to modern ears, not all people are capable of handling all ideas. To use a less controversial example, calculus is a very complex set of ideas. If you're trying to build and design certain systems, it is also a very important set of ideas. And there are many, many people you simply cannot teach calculus to. They are incapable of learning it. And again, distasteful as this may be to many people, those lacking this capacity include the vast majority of some racial groups. Yes, there are exceptions, but you cannot build your society around exceptions. And though less obvious, the same applies to ideas like property, that a man has a right to what he builds and creates. Planning for the future, that tomorrow will come and we must be ready for it. Empathy, that others have rights we should respect as we wish our own respected. These ideas, and the people capable of grasping them, are civilization. And not everyone can understand these. Yes, even something as basic as empathy. Ask a white person who's actually lived in Africa for a while. Many Africans are simply not mentally equipped to understand the golden rule. To return to where I started, if you took a group of people with these ideas and dropped them into the middle of an undeveloped wilderness, you could come back in a couple of hundred years and find a thriving, civilized society, progressing swiftly towards modern standards. On the other hand, if you take a group of people who cannot grasp these ideas and drop them into a modern, developed city, well, look at most cities in the US. They are rapidly collapsing into complete chaos. Through the actions of truly malicious people, they have been populated with people who cannot make a civilization run. Complex systems like electrical grids, municipal water, rail transportation, all are breaking down. All of the buildings and highways and systems we see around us are temporary. They can and will be destroyed. It can happen quickly, through controlled demolition or through a wartime bombing. Or it can happen slowly, through simple neglect of maintenance by people who do not understand why such things matter. But a people and a civilization can endure if the people recognizes who they are and fights to defend themselves. And the question now is, are white people going to do this? Or are we and everything we built going to vanish from the earth? God be with you.